Good morning, everyone. How you guys doing? Marco Ortiz here, Ortiz Insurance Agency, with another video informational, very important subrogation recovery. We have our Juan Cortez, who has 8 years of experience in what is called subrogation recovery, and we just want you guys to know that this is real stuff. And we brought Juan to talk to us a little bit about that. Juan, how you doing?
Pretty good. Enjoying the sunny sunshine of San Diego.
So, I mean, in simple terms, subrogation recovery adjuster is the title. And so what is that?
Pretty much, we are collections. That's what it narrows down to. When you don't have enough or any insurance and you cause an accident, either you cause bodily injury or property damage to a vehicle, pretty much we collect what is either owed if you didn't have enough insurance or any insurance at all.
So in other words, the subrogation recovery starts when there is an accident. Mm-hmm. There is bills that are higher than, I don't know, 50, 60, 100,000, and the person has possibly what the limit of liability is in California, 15,000. Yes. And so basically the scenario would be $100,000 of damages and $15,000 of coverage. Is that kind of the scenario?
Yeah, that happens a lot. It's in reality about 40% of people are actually driving without insurance here in California. That's been the latest update. On top of that, we have people that are driving underinsured, pretty much with the low limits of 15,000, and they cause 100,000 worth of damages or injuries to another party. This means that there's a deficit of $85,000 for those injuries. On top of that, let's say they crash into a Honda Civic, and Honda Civics right now are, let's say, 15,000, and you only have a limit of 5,000. That means you're also short 10,000 on that. So that adds up to 95,000 shortage. And what happens? Then we come in. If that person didn't pay for enough insurance, now they have to come out of pocket for the $95,000 that's owed to the company due to the damages that they caused based on their negligence or pretty much a simple error. Sometimes it might be an error and someone cuts you off, but you hit them in the rear, and now it's your fault. So
right,
that's just how it narrows down. At times it may not be your fault, you may be a good driver, but things do happen, and at the end of the day, it's based on what the police report says, what the witnesses say, if there's any. If there's not, it's a word versus word, and likely you're going to end up at fault since you were the one that struck the other party on the rear. Now,
to make it simplistic, so I am driving, minding my own business, and somebody cuts me off. I swerve to avoid them, hit somebody in the rear. I'm at fault. The other person flees the scene. So now I have to respond for the damages. So walk me through. So same scenario. I have $95,000 of damages, and I have $15,000. So what is the first thing that happens when you get a hold of the file?
All right. So once we get a hold of the file, it's called an asset check. We see what assets they have. Whether it's a good job, they may be a nurse, doctor, firefighter. I mean, even a construction worker. You are
insurance
making money.
Agent.
Insurance agent. So usually we have good coverages though,
right,
since we know the game.
True.
But yeah, so we see what type of job they have. We'll also see if they have any homes. So either a primary home and then rental homes, vacation homes.
Wow.
We find out a lot of information about the client that they would not know that we actually know. So sometimes I've called people, hey, you owe us this money. Well, I'm broke, I have nothing. I'm like, you actually have 2 homes. One is located here, one is located here, and then your primary home, which you're probably which is where I'm calling you at.
Wow.
So they act surprised, and apart from that, that's when they get more receptive to negotiating and trying to pay back those damages, because we know about
now
that.
They know.
Exactly.
Now you know.
And they know that, or they don't know that we can put a lien on their home. They can't sell their home until we get paid, or if they sell their home, we get paid. So let's say they have a $200,000 profit, they owe us 95. We take 95, they keep 105. So that's really the realistic part. On top of that, if they have assets, they don't want to pay, they don't want to negotiate, they don't want to do anything, then we pass the file onto an attorney. And let me tell you, those letters are not fun to receive. We had an accident where the insured and the claimant actually had the same name, so the letter was sent to our insured. Our insured calls us, hey, is this what you guys were supposed to send to the other guy? Because I'm not at fault. So definitely, it is a scary letter.
Scary
That's
letter.
when you know, when your insurer calls you and they are scared for it, thinking it's for them. So definitely, you don't want to get a letter from an attorney that actually has more resources and capability of going further with the case.
Oh, so the subrogation recovery is kind of the first step. It's still in-house. The collection process that you did still in-house. But once the person basically doesn't want to negotiate, then it goes to the next level, which is an attorney.
There's two levels. If it's a high value, we send it to an attorney. We can afford to take that cut. Pretty much the attorney gets a cut. So if it's a $95,000 debt that they still have, definitely we're going to send it to the attorney. If not, we're going to send it to collections, and then collections is going to send them some letters, which could ruin their credit or affect their credit. I'm sorry. And there's different paths, but yes, we are one of the primary that tries to pretty much settle with you, make it reasonable, and hopefully you negotiate with them. But this is something that shouldn't have to be done just by paying an extra $10 a month on insurance, going from $15,000 to
I tell them all the time.
$100,000. So I mean, I'm pretty sure that 3 cups of coffee at a certain location is not as important as having $85,000 extra in coverage.
Funny you mention, like the coffee thing, because, we here at the office talk to so many people about, hey, an additional $10 will give you, double the coverage. And it's amazing how people start saying, no, I really can't afford it. But yet they're walking in with the $6, Starbucks coffee or something. And it's just priorities. People are making the wrong priorities. Now, tell me what happens, for example, if I lend the vehicle to a friend or a family member. Is that kind of the same thing, or what happens in that scenario?
All right, let's keep it basic. Same damages were caused, but you let somebody else borrow your car. You are equally responsible for the accident as the driver. So you are the registered owner. You made a decision of letting that person drive your vehicle, and that person caused an accident. Now, not only are they in debt, but you're in debt as well. So if that person does not want to negotiate, does not want to pay back, etc., we come after you and hopefully try to collect from you. If not, both of you guys are going to get that attorney letter if it's a high profile case, or either a collections letter. So definitely it's one of those things that you have to be conscious who you let borrow, who you let use your car. And also, if they're in your household, they might be excluded, so there might be no coverage at all. So you might be short those 110,000 or 105, since state of California, 105,000. So you might be short the full amount and not covered at all if they're not listed on the insurance policy and they're living with you. So,
and that happens a lot, because sometimes when we are talking to a new prospect, we see their declarations page and they're saying, my son is covered. And then we look at it and it says, excluded driver. So they were named on the policy, but as a person that doesn't drive.
Correct.
So guys, it's very important that you talk to your agent, that you check the details on your declarations page. Come and talk to us. We have no obligation whatsoever. We're happy to review it and show you not only what we're talking about, the potential ramifications of having really low insurance, but what you can do about it. Because at the end of the day, we try to always prevent a claim before it happens. So one last scenario that I just like to cover. So what limits, in your experience, would be the minimum that, let's just say, a homeowner should have?
Yeah, so definitely a homeowner, as soon as there's an accident and there's a shortage, the attorney has that page that I mentioned with the assets. They go to their client, they say, hey, this person has this home, this job, we can squeeze them for this much. So that's literally the language they use and what they tell their client. So in my opinion, I recommend at least for the autos, I recommend a $250,000-$500,000 policy. This will kind of prevent. I mean, there's still an extra one that I would recommend, definitely pennies on the dollar. It's called the umbrella. We previously discussed this, and it's just additional coverage. And with us, it provides you a discount on your auto and home policy. So it's something that's rather inexpensive for the value that it could provide you with, which is the minimum one is $1 million, goes up to $10 million depending, and it just provides you with bail money if you're arrested due to an accident. It provides you with attorney fees, so they pay for your attorneys and hopefully win that case. Now, if you lose the case, then the outstanding money is used to pay out pretty much what was lost. So.
Right. So just friends, just so that we're not going to really talk about it, but just an umbrella, it's basically an excess insurance policy, meaning that if your auto policy, we talked about 250,000, is exhausted because the damages surpass that amount, then your umbrella kicks in. And for pennies to the dollar, I mean, I've seen some of them at $15-20 a month for $1 million. So we really want to encourage you that you come and see us. Ortiz Insurance Agency is always here to help you. We open Monday to Friday. You'll see it on your screen, 9 to 6. The number is 619-264-6444. Guys, just no obligation whatsoever. Come and contact us. Come and sit with us. We'll go ahead and review your coverages, give you some options, and at least now you'll be informed to make an educated decision. Juan, anything else you want to say?
No, just pay a visit. It's free to ask. Sometimes you might save money actually due to the discounts that we offer. So sometimes it may be free to have additional coverages. I mean, one thing I recommend is usually people always say, hey, I've never had an accident, 20, 30 years, etc., right? But they have their deductible, let's say at $250. How about you hire your deductible? In case of an accident, you pay $500 instead, but you're counting with more coverages at the same price almost. So if you don't want to pay extra, there's certain things that we can do to help you out. And of course, it's to benefit you and protect your assets that you've worked so long for and to keep as well. So you don't want somebody else suing you in court and keeping, let's say $95,000 that.
So you're already giving out some of the hints for the other videos, how to increase your coverage by using the leverage of your deductible. Well, thank you so much. Please like this video, share it. Give us your opinion, give us your critique. Let us know what other information you want to see, and Ortiz Insurance Agency will bring it to you shortly. Well, thank you so much. You guys take care. God bless. Agency presentándoles este video acerca de lo que es subrogation recovery, qué es lo que pasa cuando hay que recuperar daños porque usted tenía muy poco seguro o no tenía seguro. Muy buenas tardes, Dios los bendiga a todos.